Namaskar, welcome you all in this educational video of NIOS for subject English, code 302. Today we will be doing lesson number 11. Name of the lesson is Reading with Understanding. In this lesson we will be reading a paragraph and then we would be trying to solve it. First, we will be doing difficult words from the same lesson. Domestic. Carried out. Servitude. Remunerative. Nurturing. Overwhelming. Dehumanizing. Denial. idyllic, bias, copra, edible, sluggish, labor, So far we have understood the difficult words. Now you can see two words here, restoring childhood. This is the name of the comprehension which we are going to study now. In this comprehension, we would be talking about the childhood experiences of different children. And also we will be talking about restoring their childhood. Girls in particular have no time for childhood. Much of the work that girls and younger children do is carried out in a family group or domestic setting. Because generally in families, elders give orders to the girls to do the domestic work. Girls also have to look after the younger children of the family and also do the domestic work. This is rarely perceived as labor. For example, the concept of child servitude implicitly excludes the domestic labor of girls. Although this may be full-time work, detrimental to development, necessary for survival, and equally inescapable. Perhaps this blindness to girls' work is because non remunerative and nurturing tasks do not have a visible market value. So, while the exploitation of a boy working on a gemstone in a small manufacturing unit in Jaipur is easily recognized, the equally hazardous work of a girl cutting grass on a precipitous mountain slope in Garhwal is ignored. Although both are doing the child labor, still we can see the difference that the boy who is working on the gemstone in a manufacturing unit in a Jaipur, that work is easily recognized. On the other hand, a girl who is doing the work in the village is not recognized. So, such a concept of child labor is clearly inadequate for understanding the real nature and extent of children's work. The overwhelming majority of child workers in India are cultivators and agricultural laborers. Poor children also undertake a variety of domestic chores and subsistence activities like minding siblings, grazing cattle, collecting fuel, wood, and fodder as part of their daily lives, whether or not they are at school. They have to look after the younger siblings and also do the other household work. However, the documentation on child labor in India has a strong focus on the dehumanizing conditions of children laboring in hazardous industries. Such as the match and fireworks factories of Sivakasi, which is in Tamil Nadu, or the grass works of Firozabad, which is in UP. The self-employed and street children of Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, and other big cities have also been the object of many studies. Yet these children represent only the most striking and visible aspect of the denial of a child's right to a healthy childhood. The invisibility of rural child workers reflect an urban bias in Indian administration, research, and the media. And the pervasiveness of the seductive idea that rural life is somewhat idyllic. This bias is not peculiar to middle class. Break.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो,
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से
और जागे
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं
So far, we have understood the comprehension about the child labor. Now, this is another comprehension about the marketing of coconut products. So let's get started. You all must be aware about the copra. We also call it coconut. It is the same thing. You all must be aware that copra is primarily used for extracting oil. You also must have eaten the copra, coconut, and also must have used the coconut oil. The country produces about 4.5 lakh tons of coconut oil, equivalent to about 6.9 lakh tons of milling copra. So you can see the difference between 6.9 lakh tons of milling copra and 4.5 lakh tons of coconut oil. Tamil Nadu and Kerala account for 90% of oil production. The usage of coconut oil as a cooking medium is confined to Kerala. So Kerala is the place where they use the coconut oil for the cooking purpose also. Now you can see the palm oil and palm kernel oil. These are the two primary substitutes of the coconut oil. The former competes with coconut oil in the edible oil segment. And the latter in the non-edible oil segment of the consumption base. So both these oil, palm oil and the palm kernel oil, they are the substitute of the coconut oil which can be used in place of coconut oil. And one of them is edible and the other one is non-edible. The palm oil prices are globally cheaper than other major edible oils. Palm oil dominates the Indian import scene. a major region for augmenting marketing of various coconut products besides coconut oil is perhaps because demand for coconut oil has turned sluggish. It seems necessary to augment and diversify the production of coconut-based commodities such as packaged coconut water, coconut cream, etc. However, the competition in these areas is not easy. Coconut water in 200 milliliter sachet costs about rupees 13. Which is much more than bottled soft drinks. So what we are going to now do further, let us see. You can see the image on screen. Recently in our previous slide we discussed about the use of coconut, and before that we had discussed about the child labor. We know that World Day Against Child Labor is celebrated on 12th June 2021 to stop the child labor and spread the awareness about the Day Against Child Labor. It is celebrated on 12th June. The day is celebrated to make people aware about the day. And all this data is collected. You can see the percentage on screen. The child labor in India, children who do car washing, it is 22%. And if we talk about the cleaning, the children who are doing child labor for cleaning work, it is 13%. And if we talk about the dish washing, then children who are doing the child labor is 13%. And children who are involved in begging is 1%. Beside that, selling and wood collection work, children are doing as a child labor, it is 13%. And also the children who are doing child labor in India as a shoe polisher, it is also 37%. How to prevent child labor? let's now understand. To reduce the social matter of child labor, it is required to follow some effective solutions on an urgent basis to guard the future of any country. So we will discuss all those points now. The first point: creating more unions may help in preventing child labor, as it will promote more people to help against child labor. Point 2. All the children should be given first priority by their parents to take proper and regular education from their early childhood. Point 3. This step needs much cooperation by the parents as well as schools to free children for education and take admission of children from all walks of life respectively. Point 4. Family control will also benefit in controlling child labor by decreasing the family's burden of children and childcare, and also the burden of their schooling. Point 5. There is a need for more efficient and stringent government laws against child labor to prevent children from working in a little age. Point 6. Company owners of factories, industries, mines, etc. should take the oath of not including children in any type of work or job. So far we have understood the points in detail. Now is the time for doing exercise. In this exercise we will have questions from both the comprehension which we just completed. There are MCQs and few right wrong questions you have to try yourself. Question 1. People are blind to girls' work because it is considered dash. Now you have two options. You have to choose the correct option out of three given option. Option A, not profitable and doesn't have market value. Option B, hazardous. And option C, inadequate. You have to think yourself which one is the correct answer. I'm not going to answer this question. Question 2. Whose work is more easily recognized or noticed? Now you have two choices. A girl cutting grass on a dangerous mountain slope. This is option A. And option B is a boy working in a gemstone manufacturing unit. So you have to choose the correct option about whose work is more easily recognized or noticed. You have to try find answer yourself. Question 3. A large number of children in India are dash. You have three options. First, A option is cultivators. Option B, agricultural laborers. And option C is babysitters for their siblings. You have to yourself try find its answer. Question 4. Name the states where copra is produced. You have to tell the name of the state yourself. Think about it. Question 5. Why does palm oil dominate the import market? What is the reason? You have to try find the answer yourself. So far we have covered the lesson, and I hope you all will understand this and you understood the importance of child labor, and you can get yourself aware and also your neighbors and friends aware about the child labor and help us stop this work. There are different types of child labor in our society. You should make them aware. In the second comprehension, we learned about the coconut. We also understood about the Tamil Nadu and the Kerala place. So coconut has so many uses. I hope you understood all. Thank you. Namaskar.